Yo, what up YouTube? It's Elliot here from Neanderthal Fitness, www.neanderthalfit.com, personal trainer, fitness instructor, YouTube talk at the camera dude. So, today's video is another kind of an update really, but I think you'll find this one exciting. So, obviously, any of you guys who read the comments on the videos, who send comments on the videos, thank you all, because I love that shit. But you will have seen that there is a guy who's made some pretty good, pretty well grounded comments. And they are regarding essentially my skinny ass arms and the fact that I don't 100% look like a super fit personal trainer. Now, I've done a video on this before and I've done comment reviews on this before, and it's like, it's my same general comments generally. Tiger Woods' coach is probably not as good a golfer as Tiger Woods himself, but yet he teaches him. The guys who coach professional bodybuilders, professional strongmen are not as good in the field as the people they coach, because if they were, they'd be competing, not coaching, with the possible exception of people who used to compete, got too old and then moved on to being coaches, but they're not the exclusive coaches. There's all kind of guys out there coaching who have all the know-how up here, but don't necessarily put it into as much practice as they could or should in their own lives. Now, that being said, I don't want to be a coach who doesn't look like he lifts. I don't want to be the guy who looks like he's unfit. Now, again, I don't necessarily want to be a giant monstrous bodybuilder or that kind of thing. Like, I want to look generally fit. I'd love to get myself my six-pack back, put on a little bit of size, but essentially, I said in my last video, I didn't really know what I wanted to do with fitness right now, and do you know what? I've kind of been thinking about it for the last few days, and I've made that decision that actually what I'm doing right now, moving in the direction of calisthenics and that sort of thing, is what's right for me right now. And here's why. Nothing against weightlifting, nothing against bodybuilding. I'm not one of those guys who thinks you should be in one camp or the other and exclude everything else. But there are a lot of problems with, with just one particular style of training. So if you do a typical bodybuilding routine, you'll have a body that looks good, but it won't necessarily perform that well, because you are likely to get some muscle imbalances. Not everybody does, but generally muscles like the glutes, muscles like the hamstrings, muscles like the calves, in some people the triceps, in some people the upper back muscles, the traps and the lats, get lagging. People don't train them as much as like biceps and quads and pecs and abs and all the buzzwords in the bodybuilding industry. People train those muscles much more. You end up with muscle imbalances. Now, I know I have the knowledge that I could put together a training program where I wouldn't end up with those imbalances, but there are ways to make my body perform better that I will find more interesting, and more, what I need to tell you guys already know it, the regulars who watch my videos, I don't have a permanent address right now, right? You ever watched a YouTuber who's a hobo before? Now you have. I don't have a permanent address. I'm staying with people at the moment that I've been lucky enough to be able to stay with until back in this country I get my shit back on the ground, get my feet on the ground, and I can, lease a place and get myself back into a steady position. So at the moment, I'm applying for jobs like all around, and I don't know whether I'm going to stay in Gloucester, whether I'm going to move to another part of the United Kingdom. I could end up anywhere, and as such I don't want to sign up for a 12-month gym contract. I also did my video on minimalism, so I don't really want to buy another weights bench and loads of weights and stuff that at some point I'm inevitably going to have to move, or I'm not going to be able to move and I'm going to give away or sell for less money than they're worth. So until I have a location to set up my little gym, which is the pipe dream, the dream that's going to happen in the future, I am just going to do workouts that I can do anywhere so that I can keep it going. With that in mind, you've heard me mention the guy so many times. It's not a bromance, but I am a big fan of Ido Portal and all of his work. And something he says is that gymnastics rings are the mother freaker in terms of building a upper body physique. Like, if you check the guy out, you'd be forgiven for mistaking him for a natural bodybuilder. He has an impressive physique. And he doesn't just train with the rings, but he does a lot of training on the gymnastics rings, so dips, pull-ups, muscle-ups, things like that on the rings. And the great thing about them is you can chuck them over a tree and set them up, you can chuck them over some goalposts and set them up, you can hang them over a pull-up bar in your house if you have one. I'm just in a position where, like you can see with this door here, every door in this house is in a corner. So I can't use, the only pull-up bars I can use are telescopic pull-up bars, which I don't really like. So yeah, the ones that hang over, that latch on the inside and the outside are out because you can't do it in a corner. That being said, what I can do is go outside and lash some rings to a tree or to a goalpost or to whatever, and then I can do pull-ups, do dips. I can work the muscles that are the reason I haven't been working out that much at the moment, because I don't want to do too many push-ups without doing anything for my back, or like I said about muscle imbalances, I'll get all fucked up. But essentially, if you've got the stability in your shoulders, in your back and your abs and everything to be able to do strict muscle-ups on rings, your whole body is working as one, which is how our body's designed to work. If you're sprinting along the plains and you're hunting down a mammoth, you're not just using your bicep, so that bicep curl's not going to help you right then. You're not just using your quads, so the squats or the sissy squats or the leg press aren't really going to help you. You're using your entire body as one kinetic chain, and to work that out, you need to, to improve your ability to do that, rather, you need to do workouts that involve using your body as one kinetic chain. And I think the rings, jumping, sprinting, things like this are going to do that. And that's, something I believe strongly in fitness, is having a body that performs, not just looks like it can perform. And I will dial my diet in and try to gain some weight at the same time, but I'm going to be performance driven. So I want to achieve my 15 strict pull-ups, but I want to achieve that on the rings, which is more difficult than on the bar. I want to achieve 20 strict dips on the rings. Last time I tried to do dips on the rings, I just got into the position and shit started spinning around. Like, it's really hard to stabilize yourself for those. So I'm going to be working on it. You guys are going to see the footage of me working on it, and we are going to go from there. So that's my update. This is what's going on with my fitness right now. You guys can follow along, and in the future, it will probably change. At some point, I will get back into a gym and I will do more weightlifting stuff. But right now, this is what I want to do, and I'm going to focus on this for at least 6 months, probably a year or more, so that I can just get the results I get from that. And then I can assess how that's affected my physique and my body and my mind and my spirit, and then move on from there if I want to do something different, or if I want to carry on doing that. So, peace guys, thanks for the support in the comments, thanks for any of your comments, thanks for watching the video. So subscribe if you want to see more, if you want to see me on the rings, because I'm going to order them today. Comment down below with what you want to see or anything you have to say. Message me if you want to ask me something in the private, and I will see all of you guys in the next video. Peace out.